What's up guys, Jay here with Solo YGO. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and we'll get straight into this deck profile. Today we got Swordsoul Tenyi, drawing 11 inspiration from the first place winning regional list out of Canada. So I agree with the calls, and we'll get into it, but we'll start out right away. 3 Swordsoul Moe, very standard, very mandatory. You can't play less than that. Ecclesia, you can potentially play 2, but I think 3 is the correct number. It also helps you go second because this is a better going second deck. As we all know, the going first boards are not the most intimidating with Swordsoul. That's why we rely on a lot of hand traps, because the most you'll probably set up is Baron, Chichao, Blackout, maybe a 3rd Synchro if you just draw really good. We got 3 Long One, also mandatory, burns in time, really good. It's an extender, doesn't use your normal summon. We got 2 Taya, pretty standard. Yeah, 3 is too much, 1 is not enough, 2 is where it's at. You got 3 Swordsoul Emergence. Searches you whatever you need. You absolutely need it, mandatory. And 1 Blackout. We cut the summit. You still got to play 1 Blackout, searchable. Really good. Next we'll get into the Tenyi cards. We got 3 Ashina. This is the only one we're playing 3 of. Pretty good. Summons 1 from deck, but it does lock you in a worm, so you have to be careful about that. We got 2 Vishuda. You don't want to play less than 2 Vishuda or 2 Idhara. You could play 3 if you're going to play more vessels, but I think 2 of each is pretty good. And then the package we just added in, we're playing the Shitana package. Playing 2 Heavenly Dragon Circle and 1 Shitana. It's good for dodging hand traps. We cut 1 hand trap, we cut Call by the Grave, we cut Summit, add this package in, and it's been working out well, so I think that's the right call. And then to round out the Tenyi package, we got 2 vessels, dump 1, add 1, which is really good. Baits out Ash, but honestly, if it resolves, it's better. And then for the hand traps, we got 3 Ash. Having a level 3 tuner is just really nice because you can normal summon it with a level 8 Synchro and go into Psychic and Punisher and go for game. Of course, then it's also just Ash, but having level 3 tuner is very nice. And along that train of thought, we will also have 2 Ogre. It's decent for the format, another level 3 tuner. Ash is the only hand trap we're playing 3 ofs. We don't want to have too many once per turn stuck in our hand. Card that's not once per turn, but it is only on your opponent's turn. Veiler, playing 2 of these. Veiler is also good because it's a level 1 tuner. Level 1 plus your level 10 Synchros is also Psychic and Punisher, so you always have that Psychic and Punisher option for going for game. Infinite Impermanence, a 2 of. This is one of the hand traps I cut, otherwise I like it as a 3 of because it's not once per turn. But we needed to make room for the Dragon Circle Shitana package. 2 Droll and Lockbird, really good. Some matchups will bring in the 3rd from the side deck. We have all the 3rds of these hand traps in the side deck still, so we can play with ratios and change them as needed for the matchup, but we just have a good general hand trap lineup for the main deck, and to round it off we have 2 Nibiru, that's a tight 40. For the extra deck, pretty standard, but there's a couple of additional things that I have added for some spice. We got 2 Monk. You can always play 3 if you want to cut out something you don't think you'll need, or if you have extra Tenyis, but we're running on a thinner Tenyi package, so 2 is fine. 1 or 0 is just not acceptable in most cases for deck builds. We got 1 Yazi. You absolutely need it. It's really good on the follow-up when you have Emergence. Add Taya, banish Emergence, go into Yazi, then continue to do your plays. We got 2 Chichao. Pretty standard. Again, 3 is too much, 1's not enough. 2 Baxia, one of the best cards in the deck. You love doing the combo with Taya to dump Moe, and then have Baxia bring Moe from the grave. It's good for outing boards. For the last 2 level 8s, we got 1 Draco Berserker and 1 Dragite. Dragite is really good if you can get out your 3rd Synchro. It's probably going to be Dragite. That's assuming that you're not worm locked, or you go into Dragite first somehow. But yeah, Dragite, Baron, and Chichao is just really good inboard. And Draco Berserker is good for going games, good for interruptions. He's a worm, so if you're worm locked, it's just kind of necessary. You have to play 1 at least. For the Swordsoul level 10s, we got one of each. We got Tenyi, and we got Sinister, Sovereign, DENGLONG one. He's really good if you just want to, plus if you have to actually, you know, take that risk and go in him first, he can draw one for every other worm you go into, but you do play it in a bureau. And then Tenyi, of course, going for game. He's a really hard boss monster to out in general. A lot of decks are playing him just because he's a generic tuner, non-tuner. And then for the last level 10s, these are all of our generic ones. We got Baron DeFleur, Chaos Angel, and Ice Jade. Baron is absolutely mandatory. These two are not. I just like them. I don't go into them nearly as often as the other 3 level 10s, but I would say that if you're running more Tenyis, you could potentially cut this and this to go for a Shaman and then a 3rd Monk, because 3 level 10s is still more than enough. Another card that's not mandatory, but I've seen it in the groups a lot, and I particularly like it myself, and I'm just never going to cut it again. Psychic and Punisher. You can go in through the Tenyis plus level 4 token equals level 11. Like I said, the level 3 tuner hand traps plus level 8 synchros equals him, and then Veiler plus level 10 equals him. It's such a hard card to out, and then he just goes for game. Even if you have more life points than your opponent, he still gains the difference, so just OTK, one-hit kill. So yeah, that's it for my Swordsoul deck profile, guys. If you guys have any questions, leave them in the comments down below, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Peace out.